Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Paola, like Professor Mary just said, and I'm very happy to be here with you. I just told you my name, but who am I really? Professor Mary just mentioned I'm a St. Francis alum. I'm one of you guys. I mean, it seems like yesterday I was just sitting in those same seats, wondering the same things, same questions, same issues, the same things that you guys are dealing with. So I am you. It's a funny thing to say, but I'm you. So that's me as a student. Why am I here today? I'm here to share with you my story, my journey, and hopefully to get you excited about starting something. And the time to start something is always right now. You know, you might be thinking, I might want to wait a little while, or this is not the right time, but the right time to start is always right now. My background. As you guys can tell by the accent, I'm not originally from here. So I was born in Haiti. So anybody here knows anything about the island nation of Haiti? Anyone?
Haiti it's obviously shares Dominican Republic, the island of Hispaniola.
Right.
The French side, and the French influence and the Spanish influence on the Dominican Republic side. Capital is Port-au-Prince.
This is exactly where I'm from. Anybody else? That was great though. This is all the information. As you could tell, we occupied the western third of the island of Hispaniola, and we share the island with the Dominican Republic. I was born in Port-au-Prince, which is the capital right there. Haiti is a beautiful place, but you know, with all the political problems, corruption, and of course natural disasters, we know not a lot of people know our rich history. We are very rich in history. For example, we were the first black nation to be independent. But right now, we are mostly known for being the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. So I have to say that growing up in Haiti wasn't easy. It was very challenging. But I found refuge in sports. I was introduced to basketball at a young age by a school teacher, and the sport not only became a way for me to exercise, but also a way to drown myself in all the other problems that were occurring and that people are still dealing with right now in Haiti. So basketball and sports in general have always had a great place in my life. So I moved to the States, to New York, when I was 16. I ran into a lot of challenges when I was growing up in Haiti, but came to New York, new home, new challenges. First off, I didn't speak any English. So that was a challenge in itself. And I'll tell you a funny story. How I learned English was watching a lot of commercials. So for the first few months when I got here, a lot of the things that I used to say were directly from either a TV show or a commercial. So that's how I learned English. But also through basketball, I joined the basketball team in high school, and I had to communicate with my teammates. And through communication with my teammates, I was able to get better a lot quicker with the language. And also, the game of basketball helped me to become more confident. I was a very shy kid growing up in Haiti, but basketball got me to interact with people a lot more, and with that interaction, I became more self-confident. So, which is another reason why I'm able to stand in front of you today, because back when I was young in Haiti, you would tell me that I would be standing in front of a group of people and speaking. I would tell you flat out, no, there's no way that's happening. But with basketball and interaction with people, I was able to overcome a lot of insecurities. So sports, again, I'm gonna keep repeating that, is something that I'm very passionate about. So when I got to high school, I started playing all kinds of sports. You name it, basketball, soccer, volleyball, I played it. Again, it all helped me to find myself. I'm new to the country, new to the culture. The culture here is very different from what I grew up in Haiti. So I needed to find a way to assimilate. And through sports, I was able to do that. I mean, the experience may not be the same for everybody else, but for me, basketball and everything else was the way to do that. So my hard work ultimately got me here to St. Francis, playing basketball. I worked hard, and I wasn't recruited in high school. I played basketball and played at a high level, but I wasn't recruited. By fate, I tried out for what we call the Empire State Games when I was a senior in high school, and the coaching staff for St. Francis just happened to be there, and they were coaching the Empire State Games, representing New York City, and that's where I met Irma Garcia, who's actually now the athletic director, and her coaching staff, and I made my home at St. Francis ever since. So I worked hard, walked onto the team, ultimately earned a scholarship, and spent the next 4 years here as a student athlete. I graduated from St. Francis with a degree in management and a concentration in international business. I wasn't really sure then, though, what I wanted to do. You know, you graduate, you're still young, you get out of school, it's time to work. You know, you gotta take some responsibilities. So, of course, I started working. I got a job working with the City of New York Human Resources Department. I was a fraud investigator. Does anybody know what that is? I investigated fraud for welfare. So it's an important job, but I quickly figured out that it wasn't for me. And being that sports were in my life for so long, and once I graduated, there was no more sports. And the job that I was doing, though it was important, really didn't connect with me. And that's when I realized, the first light bulb, that I was extremely passionate about sport. And for me to be happy, I had to be doing something with sports. So that was the first light bulb. Second thing, after working with the City of New York and realizing that it wasn't for me, I decided to enroll in school to get a degree in sports management. So that's when I figured out sports was the way to go. And being passionate about doing business and finding the fact that I love sports so much and I could really combine the two, then I decided to make the leap. And I walked into the job the first day, and right then and there I knew that I wasn't gonna stay there. So I decided the first day that I started this job that I was gonna resign after 6 months. People thought I was crazy. Who gets a job and who wants to quit, and quit without having another job? Because right now you're an adult, you're not a student anymore, you have to pay your bills, and you have to, you just have to take care of adult situations. But again, in life, there's no gain if you don't take any risks. So at that time, I was willing to take the risk because I knew I wasn't happy doing what I was doing. And the only way to get close to what I thought I wanted to do was to go and continue my education and get a degree in sports management. So literally on the day that made the 6 months, I wrote my resignation letter and handed it over to the person who was my supervisor on that day, and I walked away. I enrolled in school and ultimately got the degree in sports management from Brooklyn College. So after that, then I found out that I really wanted to do sports management. I really wanted to be in sports and loved business. I started a career in sports management. I started working for New York Roadrunners. New York Roadrunners they call themselves the world's foremost running company, and they really are. They are the creators of what used to be the ING New York City Marathon, and now is the TCS New York City Marathon. So this is the biggest event that they put throughout the year. It happens in November. They also do races almost every week in Central Park. So they are a huge corporation. It's a big company, and it was great working in that setting. It also gave me my second light bulb. I was working for their youth and community service department. I did teaching young kids in school about the benefits of running and being part of a team. So I didn't really like the corporate aspect of the job, but I loved the mission, and this is exactly why I spent the next 7 years working there. The mission is what kept me at NYR. They had a great mission. I worked for their Youth and Community Service Department, which carried out their social services link. So I was really happy doing that. But the moment things started getting more corporate, then I figured out that the passion really that I had was for the mission, not really the business end of the way the corporations run the running company. So that was the second light bulb for me. The third is January 12, 2010. On the 12th of January in 2010, there was a huge earthquake that hit Haiti. And Haiti is home to me. That's where my heart is. That's where my family is. Seeing all these people suffering so much was something that I didn't even imagine I could be feeling. I was at work that day. My mother called to say that my uncle from Haiti called, and just all hell broke loose. So my mother was inconsolable, and I went home, and when I got there, what I saw on TV was the National Palace literally broken in like a few pieces. And I used to live about 2 blocks away, or maybe 2 miles away from the National Palace. And what I figured is that if the National Palace, oh, it's jumping. If the National Palace is so badly damaged, then where I'm from, where I grew up, is no longer standing. So that's when I really started feeling the pain. You talk to your people, you hear them screaming and asking for help, and you can't help. That was extremely hard. Until this day, like you see the photos. I recently went to Haiti last year in January, and though it's not in the same stages that it is right now in the photo, but there's still a lot of work to do, and people are still suffering. So seeing your people suffer is definitely hard, and that's when the third light bulb came up for me. So with that, everybody was trying to help, and I wanted to help. I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to just donate money or send clothes or water. Though I did that, I wanted to do something physical. I actually wanted to make an impact. Doing the New York Roadrunners decided that they wanted to help as well. They wanted to do something, so what they did was put a race together called the Run for Haiti. And for that race, there was about 10,000 people signed up. And I was a big part of organizing and planning this stuff. They had me do a lot. I wrote a statement that was posted on the website, and the day of the event, as you can tell, that's me standing there holding the finish line tape. The president of New York Roadrunners asked me to address the crowd. There were 10,000 people running that day. I just told you guys that I'm extremely shy. So she says, we think we'd like for you to say something. And I said yes right away, because this is home. These are my people. If I can help in any way, I want to do it. The moment I hung up the phone, I realized, like, wow, what did I just say? I said, yes, I'm going to stand and speak in front of 10,000 people. And the day came, I got on the stage, I addressed 10,000 people. That's when I realized that once you're passionate about something and you are determined to do and help, you can do it. I got on stage. I don't know how I did it. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't scared. And usually, you have all the nerves and you're trembling, and none of that happened that day. I got on the stage and I spoke, thanked the runners for all that they're doing. And then I realized that, doing something in Haiti and touching the lives of the people is something that I definitely want to do. So after that event, then of course everything went back to normal. And I all went about going through their business about running. And the more the business end of things were going away from the philosophy and the mission that I loved, the more I started feeling like, I know what I want to do. I know the mission is what got me there and got me to stay. And if it's changing that much to where my heart is really not into it anymore, then that's the time to find your passion and follow it. So that's what I decided to do. I found my path to entrepreneurship. I wanted to do something. I know I wanted to be in sports. I know I wanted to also help people. So those 3 different events, though they happened at different stages in my life, kind of pushed me to get going about starting something. I should have started this a long time ago, because even though the earthquake, which was the last event that really sealed it for me and made me know that this is what I wanted to do, it took me another 3 years to get started. So, you get into situations and you get comfortable, then you start thinking, what if that, what if this, and that's why I'm here to tell you, like, right now is the time. If you start questioning, then you always find a reason not to start. So if you have an idea and you're passionate about something, this is the time to start. So the more things started going away from the mission, then I figured I wanted to get started and do my own thing. So entered Kiskeya Sport. I decided to start Kiskeya Sport because I wanted to be in sports, of course, and I also wanted to do there was supposed to be a social aspect to what I did. So what is Kiskeya Sport? Kiskeya Sport is an LLC. It's a limited liability company. It's a for-profit company. So although we are for-profit, we also have a very extensive social leg. So we do a lot of non-profit work. But the main focus of our work is to make money. So we are for profit. It's not. I shouldn't say main focus. We are in the business of making money, but we also are in the business of helping people. I'm all about paying stuff forward. Everything that happened to me and through my experiences in life, someone was there to help. Someone showed you the way, someone opened a door, someone helped out, and I found my way through sports, and I want to give back the same thing to kids. So that was the whole idea behind starting this company. It's a sports company, and what we do is, well, let's talk about the philosophy first. What is our philosophy? We strongly believe in the correlation between sports, self-confidence, because it happened to me. That's my story, and this is the way I was able to go through life, is finding myself through sports. So I strongly believe in that correlation, and this is the whole idea behind the company. So we want to expose kids to the same things. So I want to expose kids to as many sporting activities as possible, because I think through sports, people gain or find themselves. Not everybody, some people might like sports, but I think participating on a team or being a part of a team kind of shows you how to get along with people, how to increase your self-confidence, how to stand here. I was not able to do that before, and now I can actually stand in front of you guys and speak about my experiences. So I want to give the same to kids now in the States and also in Haiti. These are some of the services that we do. We have school-based instructional clinics. We do instructional clinics for individuals. We do boot camps for high schools. We do private coaching. We also do event planning and management. We do corporate team activities. So these are all the services that we provide. But the main thing, again, is to give the kids access to sports. access to activities. So we work with the Department of Education. Our biggest client right now is the DOE. We do those clinics, the instructional clinics in schools, and it's a lot of work. We had to do a lot of work in order to get those contracts with the DOE. So it's a lot of work, but it's extremely rewarding. And again, these are the services that we are providing. We are providing them for the kids. They're benefiting from it a lot, I feel. And you guys can give me your opinions in a bit. But also, we are able to profit. I mean, we're not making a ton of money in this, but my whole thing is finding a passion for what you love, and you just go out there and do it. And this is exactly what we're doing. But as I mentioned, also we have a social aspect of the business, and the biggest aspect that we do is work in Haiti. We partner up. The first project is that we partner up with schools like St. Francis College. They agreed to donate some of their equipment, like basketballs, soccer balls, and volleyballs, that is going to be sent to schools in Haiti where kids desperately need it. It sounds simple, this equipment that you can literally go outside and buy, but then for a place like Haiti, where we are known as the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, just getting a basketball is not as easy as it sounds. So I'm grateful to St. Francis for agreeing to make those donations, and this is the project that we are currently working on right now. The next project is those same clinics that we provide here in New York for kids in schools and individually for profit, so people are paying for them. We want to take those same clinics and trainings down to Haiti free of charge. So that's down the line, and we are currently working on getting that nonprofit leg of Kiskeya Sport to have nonprofit status. That way we can go and take on those big challenges and big ideas like providing trainings and everything else. But for now, we are taking down the equipment and have a setup in place to provide and distribute those balls and everything else that we get from the different schools down in Haiti. We also have a social aspect of the business here. We, again, partnering with St. Francis, have kids in schools here. My old high school, for one, we sometimes bring them to the St. Francis basketball games free of charge, where a lot of the kids sometimes don't get out of the neighborhoods. You would not imagine that here in New York, things like that are happening. When I was working with New York Roadrunners, a lot of those kids that we used to service sometimes would not leave the Bronx. So this is something that stayed with me, and I continued that with Kiskeya Sport. And those kids, I invite them to the games here at St. Francis, and we take them here, and they don't have to pay for the tickets, and they have a great experience. The other project that we have in Haiti is that one of the partners that I have is agreeing to give me 5 scholarships to send 5 kids from Haiti to a running camp here in New York. And I've been to the camp, and it's a great camp. It's a posh camp, actually. And for those kids in Haiti to be able to travel and get to experience that camp, that would be extremely great. But that's a project that's down the line once we achieve our nonprofit status for that part of the business. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'm here to discuss the business, but this was just telling you a little bit about my journey and what I had to go through in order to get started. I can't tell you enough how being able to find what you like and following it has how much it has been rewarding for me. I spent 7 years working in a corporate world. You know, I did the job, and you know, for a while it was great, and of course the mission kept me there. But finding my path and finding the passion that I have for sports, and understanding that I needed to have that around in order to continue be happy and feel that I'm doing what I meant to do, was the greatest thing that happened to me, is to find that passion and to follow through with it. I'm the sole, it's an LLC, but it's a one-member LLC. I don't know if you guys are familiar with an LLC, so it's a one-member LLC. So ultimately it's my business, and I started it with, I left NYRR because I wanted to get something going, so I started it with my own money. Like I had my cash and I put it where my passion was. So again, that's why I say it's a hard work. When you're the sole owner of a business, you put your sweat and tears in there. That's why you need passion. You got to find what you like, and you got to go after it. And I commend you for doing that. You know, there are also other streams of ways to find funding and stuff, so we can discuss afterwards. But definitely, it's a tough decision, but doing it is extremely rewarding. Like, you find what you like, and then you go for it. I'm the one owner. We have about 5 employees working right now, but I'm the business, and you have to work a lot harder than if you had partners and other people helping. But as we grow, you know, you'll get a lot more help and stuff. But to start, I had to put my money where my passion is. Well, the idea was really over a period of a long period of time. So I started finding out that I wanted to be in sports when I realized that my first job wasn't for me because sports wasn't a part of it. Then it took another few years to realize that you know, there has to be a mission to what I'm doing also. So I don't want to just, you know, go in there and try to make as much money as possible. I want to be socially responsible. So it took me a little while to figure that one out too. And then I found where my heart was, that the most focus I wanted to put with the social aspect of the business was in Haiti. It took me a big catastrophe to get me to understand that. So it took a little while. What I needed to do though was like make that step. Like, you figure out this is what you want to do. It took me, after I realized the whole thing, another 3 years. So what I'm here to tell you guys is not to wait that long. If you figure out what you want, you know, you go for it. You go for it. You find the resources, and they are out there. You know, there's plenty of resources to help. So you just find the resources and go for it. First, you know, you got to spend some time with advertising. So being the one person there, you have to hit the pavement. So you do your flyers, and sometimes you have to go out yourself and put them in places. And the more people learn about it, the more they know about it. The website was the big thing, because once you have a website, it's easier for people to access. You could hand out flyers, but when you give someone somewhere to go, like go to this website, so that's a great thing that you already have your website. The website is huge. Then you go out there and find out where the contracts are. So like for me, the DOE is a big thing. So you find out, you do your research, and you find out where you can do business, and you go after it. And you keep going until you hit. And it's a lot of work, but I did it, which means, and remember, I told you guys, I'm one of you. I was sitting here a few years ago just in the same seats, thinking the same things, dealing with the same issues. So if I can do it, then there's no reason why any of you here shouldn't be able to do it. Well, we are new. Like we started in 2013, so I'm new, and the biggest contract is with DOE, and we have 3 schools currently. Okay. So, but in 3 schools is building onto, so you build the business relationship that you extend the contracts for next year and the years that follow. We also, another big part of the business is the individual clinics that we do. So we do some at Brooklyn Friends, which is not too far, where some kids come. And of course, we're looking to grow that as well. And we are extending, I started out first with basketball, then we now extended into soccer, and we'll be doing track and field and volleyball. So, and they are all instructional, and we work on developing athletes. So, and it's not only for kids with the greatest athletic abilities. So, because I believe that sports is a great thing for anyone to be involved in because it helps you with so much. But we also push more when you see there's the ability there for the kids to potentially take this further. And if they want to. We don't want to just push them just to push them, but if you are there and you feel like you have the potential to go forward, and take it further, then we are there to help. It's more instructional than competition. It's just building your own skills, and through the skills, getting you to be a lot more comfortable with yourself. Like I found myself in sports. Of course, I learned a lot about business being in a corporate setting. So that's a great takeaway. It's not that I didn't like the setting. I mean, I graduated with a management degree, so business was where I wanted to go. In finding myself, I found that I'm more interested in the mission than the actual process of running business. So if the business doesn't have, or what I rather say is that if the business owners are not socially responsible, or like it's lacking there, then I kind of felt that I'm more towards the socially responsible business types, and I felt like I could probably create my own and get it going. The biggest challenge is being the one person doing a lot of the work. So that's the biggest challenge because you're wearing a million different hats. What helps though is my background in management. So you had different trainings in different aspects of business, so that helps. But I would say that's the biggest challenge, is to wear all these different hats. So as we grow though, we are trying to bring more people on board. But for now, yeah, wearing all the different hats is the biggest challenge. First is to put a great product out there. The more people like your product, the more you get business. But also you got to put yourself out there. And the great ways to do it is through advertising. And the biggest advertising you could do for yourself is getting yourself a website, because a lot of people access the internet. You can, there's those social media right now is the biggest way to get yourself out there. But of course, putting a good product out is the best way to get more clients. I wanted to get going, and I have the idea of what I wanted to do. So I started the business by myself because I felt like I could do it by myself. But as we grow, if it gets to the point where you need, and I'm not talking about hiring help, because I could hire help and still be a one-member LLC. But if it grows to the point where you feel that it'll be beneficial to have more partners involved, then I will. But I want to do, this is my vision, my passion. I don't want to, in order to get a partner in it, the partner would have to share my vision and my passion. And so I did it myself because I wanted to make sure that that's the part I was following, because that was the reason why corporate didn't really seem that, because it wasn't my vision and it wasn't my passion. So once I find if there's a need for it, and if I find people who share the same vision and they have the same passion for sports like I do, then definitely. I again, starting it was with my own money. So the startup money for the company came straight from my pockets. So yeah, it was a huge financial risk, but you don't get any rewards without taking risks. So you have to. Once you find that passion, it's like the biggest advice I could give you guys. Like, if you find something you love, you have got to go after it. What has been the most effective for me is word of mouth from people who have experienced the business. So I would say the product itself has sold it to other people. You need to get yourself out there for people to know more about you, but I think the best product that you can do is do a good job. If you do a good job, then people will, they'll want more of you. So you definitely want to put yourself out in places where you're going to be seen. But when you do a great job, people will just tell other people that, hey, I've experienced this program and it's wonderful. Why won't you try it? The one-member LLC process is not extensive at all, so it only took a few weeks. But depending on the structure of your business. So I went with an LLC, a one-member LLC that fit what I was looking for. But once you figure out your passion, you just have to figure out also what is the structure of the business that you want to do. Depending on what the structure is, it might take a lot longer. I know for a fact that we want to have what I'm gonna call Kiskeya Sport Foundation to take over our social work that we're doing in Haiti and over here. We wanted to have nonprofit status, and that's taking a little while. That's a little more intricate, so depending on the status of the business, it takes more time or less time. Well, my journey was a little bit of a roller coaster. It took me a little while to figure out what I wanted to do, but getting there was exciting. It's you know, you guys are young. I'm standing there talking about when I used to sit in your spot, and you should go for it. If you have an idea that you want to go forward with, you should. This is the time. I thought about what would happen if I didn't start this business, and later on when I'm older, I don't want to say old, when I'm older, and think back saying, you know, I wonder what would have happened if I started this thing. You don't want to get to a point in your life and say, you know, I wish I did. You want to get out there and do it. Take the risk, you know. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but at least you know that you tried it. So that's what I had gotten in my mind, that I want to do this now. If I don't do it, I feel like it's something that I might regret, and I jumped on it. Again, the mission, it was my passion, and I wanted my passion and my mission to take a hold, because I was at a place where they had a good mission, and then I felt the mission shifting a little bit as we became more corporate. So I wanted my vision out there, and I felt I could do it. So I went for it. Well, you know, starting out, putting your own money out is a risk to take. But the moment we got the contract with the DOE, that's when things started looking a lot better. But again, we all know how things go in business. You push and push, and you work hard, and again, you put a good product out, and you know it's bound to take hold. And it didn't take a long, I mean, I have to knock on wood, but it didn't take a long time after we put the product out there for the DOE to get involved, and you know, and it can only grow from here. The process of getting the DOE contract took about 6 months after we started. We do advertising. We advertise in 2 newspapers. We do the social network stuff, and we have the website. And we have flyers and things that we hand out, but not too much in going after like the newspapers and all this stuff daily, which is something that we definitely want to work on, because we want to expand. So we got to get our business out there a lot more. But we do a little bit of advertising, to answer your question, but we need to beef up a little bit just to get more eyes on the product. And I'm sure you guys will discuss later on through the course, but there's this competition that the public library does. It's called Power Up. So you have your business plan and you put it through, and they give out a few different amounts of money to the winners. So there's different things out there, grants. There are all kinds of resources out there. It's just you have to find out the structure that you want of the business, and then you can find what resources are available. I could be a resource for you guys. Not financially right now, but I'm around for any kind of questions you may have, or advice that you might need. You know, and that's another thing about doing business, is to find good people and great people actually, and align yourself with them. You don't want to get together with people who are just gonna tell you what you want to hear all the time. You need to have people around that'll tell you that, you know, nope, this is not gonna work when it's not gonna work. Because you don't want someone to just tell you, oh yeah, this is great, and it's gonna flop. You want somebody who's gonna give you their honest opinion. So it's important when you're doing business that you have those people around you that you can bounce off your ideas with, and they'll tell you the truth about what you're putting out there. No one is gonna tell you, yeah, this is absolutely wonderful, when it's not. I need to be able to hear, no, that's not going to work. And I'm fortunate enough to have those people around and to bounce ideas off and say, hey, what do you think of this? And those are good resources. So if you can find someone who you can run something by and that's going to tell you the absolute truth about it, that's a good resource to have as well as the financial part of it. I'm a St. Francis alumni. I'm a Terrier for life. When I was in school here, a student athlete, the coaching staff, especially the athletic director now, used to find good resources for us student athletes to be able to work. So from the moment that I graduated and started working, I always, again, I said I'm big on giving back. So I find a lot of the people that I work with through St. Francis. A couple of the employees that we have right now are St. Francis alums. So I'm great about giving back to the school that gave me so much, and I'm great about giving back to the sport that gave me so much. So loyalty is huge with me, and I learned a lot of that from St. Francis. So I try to give back to the St. Francis students and the St. Francis family as much as possible. It was huge when I used to work at New York Roadrunners, because they feel that if you are able to work with one another, then you are a lot more productive. So if you are able to get along with the person that's sitting next to you, then together you'll be able to put out more product. You'd be surprised to see how a lot of people that work together don't like each other. So, but then it costs the company when that happens. Like, it's not, you're not getting the maximum productivity level that you could get out of your workforce if they can get along. Because especially if my department depends on this department, on that department, in order for us to all put the product together. So that's why it was important for them to make sure that at least we can get along, to come together and put a product together. So that's why I provide that, because it's important. It's important to get together with your coworkers in order for the company to be more profitable. Being on a team also showed me a lot, and that's the reason why loyalty is huge for me. Your teammates always have your back. When you have any kind of issues, even till now, a lot of my teammates were still very, very close. We come to the games together, we watch the games. The team aspect of any kind of company or anything is great. You just, I don't even know how to explain it. You can't get this anywhere else. Some of the experiences you don't get anywhere else but being on a team. You go through the same things. You experience the same things, and you know those people will be there for you, and you will be there for them. So you get that, and they push you. For me, I needed to be pushed. I was shy, I wasn't very confident, and I needed my teammates to push me forward, and they did that for me. When you own a business, everything starts with you, and that's what I wanted to do my own thing, because I know and value that team aspect. So when people come and they feed off of your own the word is escaping me. Energy. Thank you. They feed off your own energy. So you have to put out there what you want your company to reflect. So team is very important to me, and that's what I show. And another thing is being fair. I remember when I went on my first interview for my first big job, one of the questions was like, can you tell me 3 things to describe yourself? And I said, well, actually not me. They said, can you tell me what 3 words that your employees would say to describe yourself? And I said strict, and I said fair, and I said fun. Those are the 3 things that still today I would describe myself with. And the employees that work for me would describe me as being extremely strict. When we're doing business, we do business. But I also can be fun, because you have to be able to have some fun, and you have to be fair. If you are fair to the people that work for you and you take care of them well, they know that you are never out to get them. You'll get them to work a lot harder for you. So those are the things that I put out. Like we're gonna do business and we're gonna do it well. We're also gonna have fun together, and I'm always gonna be fair to you. The name Kiskeya is what the original people of the island of Haiti used to call it. So the original Arawak Indians that used to live there, they call the island Kiskeya, Haiti, Boyo. So because Haiti is so much in my heart, being subtle about it, I wanted it to be a part of the business. So that's how I came up with the name Kiskeya. And those people that I was talking about, when you start bouncing ideas, so I started throwing it out to a few people. They're like, well, I don't know about that because it's a little hard to pronounce. Then I started telling them the background of the reason why I want to name the company Kiskeya, and they were like, oh yes, you definitely have to go for it. So I went for it.